Coalition. Today we're going to shine a light on Bo. He's with our partner rescue, Forgotten Dogs Rescue. He's about 4 years old. He's a pitty mix. And joining us today is Michelle Reindahl. She's a certified trainer with the paid pup. Now, a little bit of backstory on Bo is that he does have some reactivity to certain things like trucks and noises, maybe airplanes. And also, unfortunately, he was hit by a car, so that only has exacerbated his fearfulness and reactivity to things with wheels. So one of the things that Michelle has been working on with Bo is how to redirect his attention when he sees these triggers, and then eventually where he's not reacting to them at all.
Well, hello, Bo. That's right, Bo is back in town and looking for a new home again. Due to no fault of his own, family dynamics are currently changing and he needs to find some new digs. This handsome boy is about 4 years old and weighs about 65 pounds. He's a handsome, energetic, and cuddly pit bull lab mix. Bo loves to play. Tug? Yep. Fetch? All day long. Give kisses? That's for sure. He's an expert cuddler too. If Bo had a list of his favorite things to do, we're not sure which of these would be at the top, so his new family should be ready for tug, fetch, snuggles, and kisses. Bo would likely do best as an only dog in the home. He has had some dog friends, but he's fairly selective about them, and he would need very slow introductions. He has a couple of dog friends that he loves to hang out with, but he hasn't lived with one yet. Bo has been working with a professional trainer for the last 6 months, and he knows his basic cues, such as sit, down, spin, and stay, and he's learning shake. Unfortunately, Bo was allowed off-leash and hit by a car in 2019, and from that experience he developed some leash reactivity to stuff outside the house, including things with wheels. Who could blame him? However, through some positive reinforcement training, he's learned how to stay calm and pay attention to his handler when he's out and about. The progress he has made is amazing, but he wants to continue this training so that he can continue his good work. Bo will need an adopter who's willing to continue his positive training so that when he's out and about on his walks, he's calm and enjoys them. He's very treat motivated, so training is very easy. And he's a smart pup. Bo also likes to go hiking and go swimming, and he loves car rides. Bo also needs a home with a fenced yard so that he can run around and get his zoomies out. Bo is also being reintroduced to crate training, so he has someplace comfortable and safe to be if the energy in the home is making him a little nervous. It's always good to have a place to call your own.
Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today and demonstrating and explaining the how to help Bo with his fearful objects out there in the world and how he's learning to overcome them and become less fearful of them and less reactive. Some great takeaway points that are very doable for even the novice dog owner, but also for Bo to help make that transition into his new home successful from the first call forward. And on that note, Michelle is offering a free session to his new adopted family to help with those training cues and demonstrating them one-on-one with you. And if you would like to be that lucky adoptive family, find out more about Bo, you can go to our website, nwcaninecoalition.org, click on the logo for Forgotten Dogs Rescue, fill out an online adoption application, and who knows, you could be Bo's new best friend, playing fetch all day long, and at the end of the day, having a cuddle buddy.
Yes, and he is such a great cuddle buddy.
He is such a great boy, sidekick all around. So thank you for watching. Michelle, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Michelle, I'm going to turn it over to you. You're going to demonstrate and talk about what that looks like so that Bo's potential adopter can see, this is very doable, and I can certainly help Bo with his continued training so that his adoption is successful from the first call going forward. So, Michelle.
Yeah. So one of the things that we use for to sort of do counter conditioning and to change that underlying fear for Bo of cars and wheels is the look at that game. And what that looks like is from a safe distance, I will let Bo see the trigger or the scary thing, such as a car or truck. And then I'll mark that with a click or a yes, and then I will feed him a high value treat, real meat or cheese. And then we will move away from the scary thing. And then step 2 on that is that eventually he starts just looking to me when he sees the scary thing. And then I treat him again. I click for that. What the end result is basically anytime he's on the street or on a walk and sees a scary thing, is he's going to automatically check in with his person. And over time, that's going to change that underlying fear of cars, and he's going to think, oh, every time I see a car,
I get a cookie.
I get a good treat.
Suddenly,
And,
cars are good things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a process, but you know, it's doable. He is so great. He's a fast learner. He is actually already on step 2 of that process.
And he's treat motivated, so that
Very
helps with
treat
your
motivated. He is just absolutely great. Boo-boo.
And I do want to mention that noise that we're hearing is your clicker.
Yeah,
So you are using clicker training. It's a method of
Yeah.
training. It helps mark that moment in time for the pup.
Exactly. It's a communication tool. So it just tells him you're doing the right thing. So right now, he's furrowed brow, he's up. This is telling me he notices something in the environment. And so I'm gonna go, what's that? And then he looks at me. So he kind of already noticed the trigger,
something.
the noise,
Okay.
and that's just him just noticing things. The very first step is when you say what's that, he should be looking at the trigger, so like at the truck itself.
And then I'm
And
going
then
to
we click to that. We
Okay.
click because then we're pairing the scary thing with like the meat or
Okay.
cheese. And hi.
And I'm clicking and treating.
You're clicking and treating.
Okay, so then step 2 is
Step 2 is going to be once you've done that a lot, where you've paired it,
yeah.
he should naturally start just looking to you when he sees that. So the other,
And then what's 3?
well, so step 2 though is like you want him to notice the thing, and you wait for him. You don't cue him at all. You wait for him to look at you, and then that's when you click and treat. And so the step 3 is ultimately he just sees triggers, it's an automatic. So from a safe distance too is important.
And then I know you've mentioned too, we really want to reinforce is that if at any time maybe Bo sees or any dog that you're working on the same tips with, he sees the truck and he gets over threshold, you immediately want to give yourself distance. I know from my experience it's a lot of walking backwards, clicking and treating, just distancing yourself from that object and then regroup.
For sure. And we do, Bo's really great at like an emergency U-turn.
Yes.
So we can get going, come on, let's go. Right here, right here. And you know, he knows right here, so he'll stay with me.
Okay.
And we just get distance as quick as we can to where we can get him under threshold and start treating him for looking up, for the focus. And he's really great. As you can see, his focus is awesome.